Hello. This is not a wheel video. This is actually something very, very different. Um, in my search for weird games, I managed to find something that is just so fucked up and repulsive and awful that I just have to uh talk about it. I didn't play it. I'm just reading about it, and I'll be reading some of the reviews on Steam. I'll be showing some of the reviews on Backlogged. And yeah, content warning. What we're going to talk about is extremely violent, grotesque, sexual, awful. If you're triggered by anything like that, beware. I'm not gonna show anything. I'm not even gonna show any image of the game at all. But we're gonna be talking about it. So yeah. Okay. I've been browsing backlogged a lot. Uh, this is one of my sources to find weird games a lot of the time. And I kind of stumble upon something stupid, something funny, and then I go on and put it in my own little catalog of things I could potentially put on the wheel to play, maybe review something that could make for a little fun video. I ended up finding a list that contained the weirdest games that the person of the list were playing. So let me see here if yeah, this is the list. It's by Slarvef. They have a Twitter account, and here is the list. Inspired by the. Hold on, let me show you. Not sure if I'm gonna turn this into a video, but it's so bizarre. I might just around here crop that. So, inspired by this Rate Your Music list, and most of these are probably going to be weird indie games that are pretty abstract, so I'm going to set a high bar enough that not every surrealist projecting can count. So, it's this. Sax Please is an absurdist hyper-violent parody of Steam sex games. There's some commentary about porn addiction in here, but that pales in comparison to the spectacle of it all. You have a button to dynamically take a shit wherever you are. Would you recommend it? If you're entirely desensitized to violence, then yeah, I cannot stress enough that no other game I've ever played comes close to how gory this is. Okay, so up until then I was like, okay, I do have an interest in covering some NSFW games. Let's see how bad this is. So when you go to the page, you get this very simple description. The mysterious subscriber offers streamer a lot of money in exchange for performing strange tasks. Will the streamer lose his soul or xeno virginity in this adventure? Oh, I thought it was kind of funny. Good game concept of a fuck-ass plot executed terribly. Curiosity is a shit, right, gang? The graphics in this game are good, the songs are performed perfectly, however, the plot is just terrible. If you do not want to harm your psyche and subsequently feel disgusted with yourself, do not start playing this game. I really regret that I wasted my life on this, or time. So, at this point, I was like, how bad is this? Really? Is it gonna be one of those visual novels, but just with a lot of fucked up stuff in there? And then I got to the Slarvaf review. One of Steam's porno freaks snapped too much Sakura Cold Stone Creamery. They made this. It's so goddamn ridiculous, so over the top that its hyper violence loops back around to being fucking hilarious, which I think is the point. I can't blame anyone for getting squeaked out by it. It's probably the goriest game I've ever played by a landslide. It's fucked, but there ain't anything on Steam quite as out there as what you see in this one. It makes no effort to be erotic. It plays like a porn dev taking all assets and animations they had and deciding to just see the most ridiculous and stupid thing they can come up with. You might find it disgusting and you might find it hilarious, and you may find it both because it runs the sine wave between those two a whole lot. But if you're into extreme horror, you have a very tentative recommendation. Believe it or not, this is and Resist were I don't 1000x Resist were two. This and 1000x Resist were two of the last three games I'm playing to finish before my year-end list. The closeness in score disturbs me too, but I cannot tell a lie. I had a good one, and I was like, let's check the Steam page. Maybe the trailers, pictures. Well, I can show the pictures because it's a massive bait. They just show like the horny parts, and they're like, you are gonna like this game, right? You're gonna enjoy this. And I got to the Steam reviews, and I was like, let's read a little bit. And what I found was the descriptions, what goes on in this game. But before that, give me a little bit of timing. I'm gonna look up this game in a tab. I'm not gonna look up for pictures, but breakdown. I'm gonna have a breakdown open. Also, it's probably somewhere somebody did a breakdown of this game. Was it covered on Steam? Walkthrough. Can someone explain this game's story, please? Yeah. Yeah, I managed to find it. Hopefully it's not too fucked up in my screen. Oh, I need to be logged onto Steam community. Okay, maybe I can pop this up on my... Let's not go on the private tab. Let's go on the normal tab. And AI is generating something. The Google AI garbage. The user is asking for a breakdown of a game called Sex Please. Based on the search results, Sex Please refers to a specific single-player PC game released in 2024, not a card or party game with individual rules and board game sense. Someone explain the story, please. Walk through. Unreal Engine completed. I'm just looking and giving it a look. The author of this topic has marked the post as the answer to the question here. Alright. I can't understand the plot of this game at all. Basically, the devil wants to invade the world, and the sex shop is an ideal location to do so. So he manipulates the player character to do progressively more and more sexual, and eventually just outright degenerate straight to disturbing things in order to break their psyche and turn them into an agent to fulfill this task. Oh, also, it's basically a glorified advertisement for Sex with the Devil 2. So this is a whole studio that makes these types of things. It's called it's what is it called again? Evil Boob Enterprises? Evil Boobs Code. Okay. So don't be baited by these guys games. After the dream sequence, I see dolls appearing outside the window, disappear, and then have no idea how this continues. Well, somebody in the... Well, let me start showing this. This is really safe for work. I can show everything. If you... Hold on. More discussions. Scared. If you've been to the... If you've been to the small hell dimension dream escape, then you've reached the end of the current demo. Developer posted a comment stating that in some other thread here. I really just walked around and fapped on everything trying to figure out what to do. Need an end of demo screen or something. What's the code for the door? Under the doormat. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck where he climbs through the air duct vent to escape his grandmother from the hell scene and ends up back in his grandmother's kitchen normal scene. How do I continue, or am I the only one that has made it this far in the game in this thread? Scared. Let's check this thread out. The screenshots for this game are terrifying. Bro, the screenshots are nothing compared to the actual game. No joke, this is possibly the most depraved game I've ever played in my life. I saw the Pringle scan and near fucking died. I'm terrified. It's not even depraved. It's just fucking... Like it was made by a very stupid, angry 14-year-old. Well, yeah, but through my research, there are some stuff in this game that is like, okay. It is very much. But let's go to the reviews. Oh fuck. What is happening on my Steam? Why is this happening? Why? Why is this happening? It's supposed to like go in that corner. I don't know why. Okay, let me reset this thing. Okay, that's where it's supposed to be. This is the world's least sexy game. It's about a lonely naked pervert with grandma issues and the world's most annoying voice wanking on things and pooping on the floor. This is a disturbing ultraviolet vignette about a sad broken man struggling over impulses he cannot control. If this was a bad joke, it would have been stopped a lot sooner. This game goes so far beyond simple bad taste or edginess that I can't help but feel there's an actual commitment to an artistic vision going on. The fact they commit so hard to this level of obscenity makes it feel like a genuine expression of something, shame or hatred or anger or that kind of trauma you can't look directly at without several thick layers of irony. This game feels like a nihilistic howl of unbearable pain. I never want to play it again, but it will probably pop up now and then in my nightmares. So far so good. There's people are just saying, "Oh, it's fucked up," but well, I've seen the whole extreme horror iceberg thing, or you might say, oh, I've seen Terrifier, the whole series. It's I can handle gore, it's fine. Or you're like, oh, I've seen a few disturbing movies on that little disturbing movie iceberg. Okay. Maybe I could handle this. That was what I was saying to myself, and I was like, maybe. And as I continued reading reviews, more and more I was like, nope. This is gonna be impossible to cover on YouTube at any point by anyone. If anyone actually manages to do it, I commend you because you're gonna have to censor a ton. This game should not exist at all. This was the most graphic gore I've ever seen in any playable media. I'm in my 30s and I got this game out of curiosity seeing others' reviews. I won't say not to buy this game, but I will say play at your own risk and be prepared, and you will have learned a valuable lesson about your own curiosity. First, it starts out pretty crazy, like something you've never played before, and then it gets so much worse. It's graphic and violent. I needed to walk away and sit in a different room because I started feeling ill towards the ending. And by this point, it was just like, these people are kind of like, the mm, are these people exaggerating? I think the person on the team or the people behind this might genuinely need help. However, I'll give them props for making the most vile and atrocious game that has ever existed, and potential players reading these reviews will only spark further curiosity. Heed their warnings, reader. This game is not for the weak. It's not even for the strong. It's for the sick, an unfathomable type of sick. Well, I've heard breakdowns of shit like, what is the Mei-chan's daily life, and I was like, this is fucking atrocious. Is this close to that? And I started continuing reading, and it sparked my curiosity to actually see what the fuck is going on within this game. I wanted to see a breakdown. So I'll continue with the reviews, but I'll be searching for a breakdown of what happens in this game and try to read it to you. None of the positive reviews give this game credit on for how truly disturbing it is. Truly play at your own risk. They will always say things like artistic vision and hilarious and claim that the devs warn you. If you are here on the fence about the game, read spoilers below, but first here are the content warnings for the game in the description. And of course, this is what they have. They have like scary horror scenes, screamers, images, of course, sex toys. They do say extreme horror in the description page, and I'm like, I know what that is, but to some people, they might just be thinking, "Oh, Saw, like Saw or Terrifier." But like Terrifier is like the tip of the iceberg for extreme horror. It goes much further down. What it is like, think Aaron Beauregard, like that schizo, like that fella with his books that mainly consists of just depraved characters doing depraved things. I mean, yeah, out of all the writers that make extreme horror novels, or like how they call it, I wouldn't even say, yeah, slasher punk. No, 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 no. Splatterpunk, splatterpunk. The guy has a little more of a sense for story, but that's beyond the point. I'm going out of what the topic is at hand. This definitely brushes over the fact that the violence and blood is extreme twisted girl fetish levels, and that made me that like exploded a little atom in my brain, and I was like, oh, so Mei Chan, those levels, okay, I'm not playing this, and I was like, okay, absolutely not. I was already like, no, as soon as I saw the trailer and realized it is animated and there's a ton of stuff you would need to censor to even cover this, I was like, absolutely not. I would even be fucking suffering editing down to like try to make it into a main channel video or into a VOD or anything. So it wouldn't be worth it. Just like spending an hour and a half just watching a little fella poop and joke and stuff. And by the way, I'm saying this. Go to the page. There is nothing like graphic in it outside from, of course, NSFW shit, but nothing like violent on it. Go to the Steam page and you see what I mean. It's like animated and well animated. The graphics are not bad. Encourage the type of content to be made. I was in a camp that this was kind of funny and pretty messed up until the third chapter, which takes the game from edgelord and slightly gory to one of the most vile experiences to ever be put into the world. I highly recommend reading what I've described below even so you can make sure this game is the hilarious horror sex game anyone tries to say it is. Sorry, it would tries to say it is. The first two chapters are a little on the gory side, but have some moments that are pretty out there, like a Guitar Hero section and pooping on command. That's edgy like a 13-year-old looking for shock value, which is the least sufferable. What broke me is the following nonsense, which I wish I wish I would have never seen. Okay, so we're getting into the disturbing stuff, so warning. It's not like I it's not stuff that I can't handle. I wouldn't like to see it per se, but it's stuff that most people can't handle. So, okay. After getting chopped in half by a giant mouth, your character is found in a rundown apartment where his seemingly demonic stream has begun to tell him to do extremely messed up things. After putting a pencil up his weening, his urethra, losing it in there, then sliding a fork in next, you slam the fork into a power outlet but survive. You then proceed to grab a nearby cracked jar, which has a dead rat inside, put it entirely up your ass, and reenact the one guy, one jar scene from early 2000s, almost shot by shot, completely with severe bleeding out, and with addition of a dead rat dropping out of your bloody gaping hole. 6 out of 10 disturbing so far. I keep going, but this is where it really took a turn from somewhat jokey to severely dark and twisted. So it gets worse. And I was like, how worse? And then I read it and I was like, okay. As you're bleeding out, your babushka, your grandma, comes in a nightgown and starts yelling at you because you had soft help for this previously. She begins to tell you she'll help you get better, and in response to this, your character starts viciously beat the fuck out of her in this robe, this elderly woman. He grabs the rat from his ass and beats her to near death with it. And as she's sitting in the chair in the corner, he goes and grabs an electric carving knife nearby. Then he proceeds to cut off her breast, toss it in the pan, then flip it up into the air and catch it in his mouth and to eat it, turning around to what I can only imagine is either violate her or cut more meat off. He begins to walk towards her, and she falls over, mouth onto his weenus. You struggle to get her mouth off, and she's left a pair of dentures embedded near the base of your weenus. Attempting to remove them, you tug on them and proceed to rip off your entire dingus off. Spraying blood profusely, your character starts to panic or something and grabs an electric egg beater off the counter and then proceeds to shove it up his ass and turn it on, killing himself. This is not all of it, by the way. I ought forward for the game at this point, as I understood entirely that this was nothing but snuff in 3D format. If you enjoyed this game, please seek therapy. Okay, whatever. So far, I was like, yeah, this is awful. Aaron Beauregard level of fucked. I wouldn't like to see it, so it's fine. I'm not looking at it, but it still sparked the curiosity to see what else is in this game. And I kept reading the reviews. And of course, there's like the silly reviews that are like trying to troll people to play this. This is what rock bottom looks like. This game devs is insane, and I don't know why I keep buying their games. Oh, here's the ending, and I'll read it again, but I'll skip the parts that I already went through. This game felt like it was made by someone who would have been a school shooter, but before it made this. This game broke me physically and mentally and emotionally. I would recommend. This is the work of a sick and twisted person. Don't buy this. I have some kinks, but this is far too far. Here's the teaser. You kill an old lady, cut off her breast, and proceed to suck on the remains, after which you cook and eat her breast. This is a sick and twisted and repulsive thing. This is far beyond anything that should be played at all. It was very amazing at the start, but later it was repulsive and sickening. Right at the ending and pre-ending part, I'll load more reviews. And then there's people like this. The penis man. I want to go to the penis man's profile. Eddie Murphy. Thought the Green Winter had that boar. Wingler what? Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. Well, I'm treading carefully with the penis man. Yeah, this seems like the type of person. Fucking with Tony Montana. Carefully scrolling through. Okay, the penis man seems to be pretty a little weird, but pretty normal. By the way, one of my Steam friends has a review on this. Let's read. I don't know where it is, but I'll read it really quickly. I'll I'll have to not show it though, because I'll have to go to the main page. Okay, so this is what one of my Steam friends said. Genuinely one of the most awful, disgusting, depraved games I've ever played. Streamed it on Discord to a few friends. It was at least kind of funny right up until the last act of the game, which was one of the most horrible things I ever witnessed in my life. Don't play this. It wasn't worth it. Not even for a bit. I regret skipping church last Sunday. And he played it for 1 and 4 hours, which means he could very well refund it, but it doesn't say he refunded it on the Steam library on the review itself. Nightmare feel, confusing mechanics when you actually have to play, bad audio mixing during dialogue sequences. I kind of want to hear the dialogue, but I don't know where to find it. Nobody has covered this on YouTube. I wish you could vote neutral. Hold on. Let me go back to the page I was in. Here it is. And here is the other breakdown. Here's the ending. This guy recommended. The ending of the game started off with, okay, we got in dead. It gets sucked and disappears, then inserting a fork, handle first so the prong sticks out in your tip. Find an outlet, electric explosion happens, and then you find a jar, dead red inside it, blam, blam, explode, blam, blam. Then the grandma thing, and you proceed to take a straw through the nipple hole and suck the boob juices, which, what? Out of the dismembered boob. After the vile act, you throw the rest of the dismembered boob into the stove, cook it. Face first falls, and you quickly remove her body, but oh no, her denture is stuck in and she bites off your wiener. Then you grab a cake mixer and insert it into the new giant hole you have in your ween area, and you turn it on. Very gruesomely, out flies your guts. You then pick them up and put your, I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what this is. Put your first into the exposed intestine. You can and can you guess what happens next and proceed to do? Of course, karaoke using now intestine DIL. No, it's not a dildo. Intestine cock microphone. You sing to your dead grandmother fully naked. I don't know what this is again. And in a room with a disco ball about how she was a good person, you die of blood loss and you meet the devil. Thank you, saved $1. So let's keep going in the Steam page reviews. This is just a very disgruntled man that got trolled. For the hot demon girl in the trailer, but you only get to meet her 3 times, and I'm not complaining about it. What I'm complaining about is that I needed to witness my character testing every torture sex device and destroying himself. The trailer did not do enough warning, man. Literally watch the man slicing it. Oh, okay, again. Everybody reached that part. The jar extreme. I wasn't ready. I was a different person before I started this game. It is extremely shocking, barely. Can barely have a boner anymore. Please, for the love of God, just skip this game and wait to something else. This is a very sad review. How are people spending 4 hours in this? Are they like me and just suck at video games and manage to extend the length of like a 1 hour game to like nearly 2.5 hours because they just suck? Someone who has sex all the time, I can say that this game is 100% about having sex with sexy women. I do every day. This game did not make me horny. However, I'm not gay. I just have too much sex with real women to feel that way. I always wanted to. I'm very muscular and handsome. Will playing this game alter the experience I'll get when I have sex in real life? I'm planning to do the sex down the line, so I'm curious. It's just too much gore and not enough arousing things. Um, can't wait for Civi 11 review this first person shooter. Very messed up game. Lasts about an hour. Just remember, kids, technically this is a musical in the most messed up way. So yeah, there was this aspect on the Steam page that this game is a musical too. This game is an entire what the fuck, but the worst way possible. Every action you do, just say what the fuck. You masturbate every 2 seconds and have a shit in the floor on command for no reason. There's nothing going on that feels slightly aroused despite the game being. I was about to say it was an Ina profile picture, which would confuse the shit out of me. They added a few boring and slightly expected jump scares to add the horror aspect, which is the laziest type of horror. The game is viewed from a frontal camera on a helmet, so it plays like an FPS. Yeah, you can't even look down without having your character grab his dangong, his wiener, and ask to jalk Your character moves incredibly slowly, I guess, to add length to the very short game. When you go to hell, I guess you'd call that word. The game becomes incredibly pixelated on purpose, and you barely see anything even with the setting to the max, but the interactive objects are highlighted so you can just walk to them. Playing this won't provide any sexual excitement. It isn't scary, the story is thinner than a piece of paper. There's another game called Lost from Beyond, which have an incredible story, better scenes, almost the same level of hardcore, but actually, I don't know what these people are seeking. Seriously. This is probably like ASCII. Are you winning, son? Cringe. The developer shows off his fantasies regarding disgusting fetishes, but be prepared to have things shoved up his anus and have sex with inanimate objects. Playing the funniest, most idiotic, most disgusting game I have ever played, truly a waste of time, but gave me and my friends a few awkward chuckles. You do get to poop on the floor in command. That's the biggest feature this game has. It's the poop feature. 100% not for me. Very interesting. Well, not a lot of people are going into spoilers anymore. Product refunded. It's crazy how this is the first one that actually refunded the game. And like we scrolling down and a lot of people just like, because fuck censorship. Just some random fella. The negative reviews made me curious, so I checked it out. Can beat in less than an hour. It's honestly pretty boring. Yeah, let's see what I can find on Google about this breakdown of what is going on over here. And I'm starting to get really hungry, so I hope I can finish this recording. Guides, player rated for this game. How about the guides for this games? Secrets, guides on most of them are in Russian, man. I'll show this. It's not NSFW. Most of the guides are on Russian and Chinese. Story or lore? No. Walkthroughs? No. Language English. But there's a walkthrough in Russian. We can... Maybe this doesn't have... Oh! It might have screenshots. That one was an NSFW, so I can show it. There is some demonic imagery in this, like, ooga booga spooky. Yeah, no, the screenshots are graphic. Yeah, there's there's a soundtrack. Let's listen to the soundtrack. Let's actually listen to the soundtrack. Let's see if I can find it on YouTube maybe. Soundtrack. No. Well, I found one in Russian, and I think this is it. Damn, the Russian are really hardcore, huh? Oh, this seems to be... Is this game Russian, by the way? I wish I could hear what's happening. Translate to English. Head song. Like those who experience culture shock after playing, what an incredible experience. The only positive thing about this game, always passing through this moment, I managed to remember this song. Awesome song, the best game I've ever played in a long time. The only thing that really caught my attention in this game was the songs. If anyone needs the song download, is there an English version of these? I wonder what's going on on the lyrics. There isn't any captions. Sex please need fuck. I'll trust YouTube to not get me fucked up. Game. Let's see who covered this. Gameplay puzzle. Oh, it's censored. Adult games, shorts. Oh, yep. If it's censored, the soundtrack. I only managed to find that one on Google. Yep, we go off. So yeah, this game is a musical. There are musical sections with Guitar Hero elements on it. And it's just absurdist comedy with extreme horror. I'll disable the blur in my end. Well, it's mostly just pictures of the devil. And there's a gameplay I found by Chem PC Games. Great intro. I think it has no commentary. I don't know if I can show this fully. The video is on YouTube though. It is on YouTube. It's not age restricted. I don't know, nothing I do after I come after the portal. Please suggestions full. Skip a little bit. I wonder if this guy censored anything. So yeah, those are the chapters.
Poor boy, losing his parents at such a young age. Such a tragic and traumatic experience for a little baby. You are incredibly fortunate to have a loving and caring grandmother. I will raise you as my own
So this
son,
is the victim.
providing you with all the attention and love you need.
Yeah, you can see this was originally in Russian because the lip syncing does not match.
Individual. Your intelligence and obedience will shine through, paving the way for a...
Okay, we skipped that.
Fuck no, I'll call you a stupid, I'll just call you Mr. Dr. fucking Kruger, man.
Sounds like
As
fucking
you wish.
Corey from Oni Blade. Corey Spath Kid. So
Let's get to know each other a little more.
You probably already know my fucking name, Doctor. It's all over the newspaper headlines.
Still,
My name is... Damon.
now
Damon
that we're
Deadly.
properly acquainted, let's continue our conversation. Tell me, what brought you to my office?
Subscribe to
Hey,
Ken PC Games.
Mr. Doctor, aren't you supposed to start with one of those tests?
Tests?
This is the very intro. I'm not sure if we're gonna get to any of the.
You'll show me
Yeah,
stains
the
on
video
paper,
ends.
and I'll guess what they are for you. All of your shrinks do that. I saw a video about it on TikTok.
Has a very
Stains,
strong
huh?
accent, the guy.
Well, you mean the Rorschach test. About this one.
Shh.
That's the type of shit. I know the word diarrhea.
Okay. What do you see here?
Fuck me. That's some creepy shit. Why are you doing this?
What do you see?
That's the devil, Doctor. And what's the result?
You don't want to get rush diagnosis, young man. We've barely started our session.
Oh my god. If only this could be covered on YouTube. I'm kind of done with this gameplay. Let me see if I can find anything else on YouTube. There's the ending on YouTube, but also Ken PC. It seems Ken PC is the only guy that has covered this. Oh god, there's a lot of garbage while I'm scrolling down here. Worst game on Steam by Spirit B. VTuber fella. 51 minutes. Yeah, there's a lot of like dodgy shit up here on YouTube. while I'm looking for this. It's the Can PC's intro again.
When you're browsing the Steam Marketplace and you're looking for something that will entertain you, do you often find yourself having nothing to play? And the game, Hugs Please. Hugs Please is a game
Come
about a
on.
Christian boy named Damon, who is trying to get his grandmother to love him and is working hard and grinding on his online streaming hustle in order to finally earn enough money to move out of his home. He referred to it as a female fuck device and that his gran had one too, but it stinks now like fish. He also mentions to have a pet fish once, but it died when he crushed it with his butt.
What a cunt. Oh, I'm sorry, mister. I'm not talking about you. It's just a cunt. Well, you know, a female fuck
So if-
device. Yeah. Gran had one too, but now it stinks. Just like fish. I had a pet fish, but it died. I crushed it with my butt.
Dr. Kruger then
So if you
No,
want,
fuck.
I'll like this video and I'll
I
link
think
it in
we've
the
run enough
description.
tests.
the doctor says that they've run enough tests, and Damon wants
It's
a
a breakdown of the game, one that is proper and not like this bullshit video. I'll be looking at this in the post because I do want to see a breakdown just for my own amusement. But this is the ending. It's not. It is not age restricted, so this is how the hellhole looks like. Pretty gross. Looks like Scorn, or that one game that got banned. I forgot the name. It's the one that is like super devil satanism, hyper violence.
Granny used to punish you for every little thing. She whipped your ass all the time. Serves you right, fucker, because you never tried to stand up for yourself and so you got your perfect upbringing.
Let's do a little bit of skipping.
Dude, you need anything, fucker?
Right.
Failed at something, fucker? That means you're sick in the head. Granny always said that. She still thinks you're sick. Wanna be a president? Dude, you need constant supervision in a padded room with a
Okay. Here's
Granny
another
won't
one.
pay any money to put her grandkid in a loony house. To make life easier for him, medical workers fuck ya in the mouth. They zap you with electricity, but it's all for your sake, kiddo.
I'm drinking some water. Let me see the breakdown in here. I'm kind of sick. I'm kind of sick of the bullshit. Because now that I know there is a breakdown of this on YouTube, which is pretty small, I'll be watching it. But from here... So apparently what you do is basically... Oh, great. It's half translated. No. Oh, fuck. No. No. Go back to normal page. I pressed a button on fucking... This sucks. I pressed a button. No! No! I pressed a button on Firefox and it popped the screen out. It's add to taskbar. I accidentally did that. Always translate. Okay, translate. Now I can see. A little about steamy places and my schizophrenia. About the game is being fixed, and then I'll change the management, receive achievements. In the menu, the last chapter starts far along from destination. We are waiting for the save. Walk with WSD. You take and use stuff with E. Look down with F and reload. 3-shot magazine. R to poop. Multiple left clicking for 18 plus scenes. 1, 2, and 3 for Guitar Hero. Ask skip scene. Left mouse button to rotate objects. Space to start position of an object during inspection. You only get the achievement after you complete the thing. Game saves, but game saves, but not the ones we are used to. Actually, there are no saves, only chapters on the main screen. They load from the point the point the developers intended, so you have to replay the game if left off. That sucks. But it's short, so what I encountered in my thoughts. I decided to test what the sex doll ghosts do. They kick. Throws you back along the hanging tricycle, meaning they push you away and throw you up. Stand close to the target spot so you're pinned, after which you'll be lifted so in the hospital room you can climb onto the table, walk along the windowsill, and then onto the bed. Okay, I can show this. Now we can see what they're doing on the bed. We could sit down. A little about saw traps. The saws are very boring and stuffy. If you get caught, you have to go through the labyrinth again, but the animation is interesting. As I understand it, the whole labyrinth is loaded again. You can serve in the other chapter. The button is no longer there. Not all scenes can be skipped. There are videos in this game root folder that might be useful. The key press sound during Guitar Hero will be turned off. The ending has changed. The choices. Old issues. In some places, the sound does not match the actual sound. I didn't see a pencil falling in the kitchen, but I heard it in some places. The sound plays late and early. The third episode, we'll listen to a song and walk around the store. The developers fixed the main content for jerked off players. I think the animation are cool, but I could have liked more and clear. There's not much interesting in this guide, I'm sorry. Completed the game in an hour and a half, 2 videos. What is this? Telegram, uh-oh. I'm not joining that. So somebody has a gameplay of this, but it's on fucking Telegram. Evil Devil Code, how can I contact you? Your games have inspired me to help you with development and contribute. Does anyone know how to remove screen noise and static during chapters? When is the continuation? Doll, I wouldn't like to replay the same thing. If you ask, I'll do now. That's from the dev. They also constantly ask you to upload the new ending to the developers added your Telegram channel. My game keeps crashing when it's supposed to. I'd be very grateful and appreciate. Okay. Like, that's about as deep as I could get the rabbit hole to go. But yeah, this is what I found. I will not be covering this. I'll put the video that has a breakdown of the game in the description. This is just what I managed to find. And yeah, it's a little bit of a replacement for the wheel today. I will be doing something today, record something for the continuing daily uploads in this channel, but I guess I should spice things up a little bit. I just felt like I needed to record my reaction to this. But yeah, thanks for watching. I see you later. Sorry for the dumb video.